Good afternoon. It is so nice to stay with you in another lesson. Lesson 6. Please, before answering the questions, listen to the audio. And have you ever been in an accident? Tell about it. Yes, I have been in an accident. Well, I remember that it happened when I was a child. Eh, we were going to Kisara, and then we had an accident with my uncle's car, and then we went to the hospital, but at the end, nothing serious happened. Thanks. Expectations use you're supposed to, you aren't supposed to, you are expected to, is the custom to, is not acceptable to, is acceptable to. If the service in a restaurant is very bad, you are supposed to call the waiter and then discuss about it. Thank you. Uh, Giving solutions. Give an appropriate solution and discuss them with a partner. Here, discuss them. One way to stop drug trafficking is killing off the traffickers, but also the consumers. Well, this is a terrible solution. I would like you to find some other ones and discuss them. Thank you. Okay, here we have some other oral practices. Read the grammar notes, lesson 4. Do that before studying. Then answer and discuss the following questions or opinions. What have you done that was successful? What happened? Well, I've done many things that were successful. For example, the first time that I went to the beach, it was a beautiful day, and so we enjoyed very much. Speaking about tourism, but about my life, um, when I started my English classes in Orosi about 31 years ago, it was a successful from the beginning, and we are still doing the job very well. Well, I think, and we are so happy trying to do always the best. Thanks. 2. Read the grammar lesson 5. Then answer and discuss the following questions or opinions. Will it have importance to speak more than 2 languages nowadays? Why? Yes, I think so. Because the globalization is obligating people to speak not only English, Mandarin, Portuguese, Italian, German, many other languages, but especially those which you are going to be used in business or studies. Thank you. Before explaining to you the practice, here the number 3, look at here. Compound words. What I want you to do is to identify them first. For example, drugs, tour, and then say a sentence or an opinion. For example, drugstores is coming from drug and then plus store. Drugstore prices in Costa Rica are more expensive than in any other country in Latin America. Latin America, please. This is exactly what I heard on the news. Thanks. And here, read the grammar notes, lesson 6. Then do the following oral practice. What have you been doing when you went to bed last night? I have been doing my plans for the lesson today. Thank you. Okay, let's let's do it. Photo 1. Saturday, October 2nd is today. 3rd is tomorrow. Right. 2020, lesson 7. New words, definitions. Acceptable. Arrangement. To cancel. cancelled, cancelled, catalog, commission, complaint, to delay, delayed, delayed, to depend on, difference between, discount, dozen, photo, to, due, due to, fairly, to increase, increased. And remember that the past participle is the same, increased. Interested in, line, merchandise, to order or order, ordered, ordered, ordered. Per, percentage, quality, quality, I prefer with R, quantity, reasonable, representative, tense. Okay? Photo 3. Retail. For example, in El Rey market. To ship, shipped. The same than the simple past. Shipment. I am waiting for a shipment from China. Which is a relative pronoun. Be careful. Wholesale. Whose. Another relative pronoun. And your attention, please. Thank you. Okay, here is the lesson number 7. I would like you to read the definitions one by one. For example, Teacher Eduardo is going to read the first one, and then I'm going to read the second one, and go on reading the definitions in that way. Acceptable, okay. Arrangement, what you have arranged. To cancel, to decide not to do something that has already been arranged. You can cancel an order, a vacation, a flight, a meeting, a rehearsal, etc. Catalog, a book that shows or describes all of a company's products. Commission, the percentage of the price that the seller earns from a sale. Complaint, reason for complaining. What do you have when you complain? I have a serious complaint about the shoes they make. They don't last. To delay, to make something late, to make something later than it was planned to be. Delay, being late, lateness. To depend on, to be a result of. Whether or not we eat outdoors will depend on the weather equals. If the weather is nice, we'll eat outdoors. If it isn't, we won't. Difference between. How different one thing is from another. The difference between 12% and 15% is 3%. Discount, the difference between the regular price and a lower price, or between the wholesale price and the retail price. A 10% discount means that you pay 10% less. Doesn't, 12 for anything, especially food. Due, expected. The plane was due to arrive at 3:15, expected to be paid. The bill is due on the 15th, due to, because of, fairly, a little, not to. The discount was fairly high. To increase, to make bigger, to become bigger. Interested in, thinking that something is interesting. I am interested in collecting coins. She's very interested in that book. Line here means All of the products that a store or company offers. Swan's department store has a nice line of men's and women's clothes. Merchandise. What a company or a store has for sale. To order, to ask for. We ordered shrimp cocktail and soup. To tell someone that they must do something. The captain ordered his men to shoot. Per, for, every. There are 6 of us and 12 pieces of cake. That's 2 pieces per person. Remember, miles per hour, see lesson 3. Percentage. How many percent you have? Sorry. Percentage. How many percent you have? 5% and 6% are percentages. Quality. How good something is. We say of good, high, poor, etc. Quality. Quantity. How much or how many of something. Reasonable. Not more or less than you expected. A reasonable amount. Down to earth. Easy to get along with. A reasonable person. Representative. Someone who takes care of your business when you cannot be there. To ship. To send. Shipment. Merchandise that is sent to a customer. Which, see grammar summary. Wholesale. This word describes anything sold by a factory or company to a store. Whose, see grammar summary. Your attention, please. Please pay attention. Okay, here, start a conversation or saying in the way that you have been doing these new words. Opinions, ideas, etc. Thank you. Photo 4. Delayed. What? What in this case meaning as a relative pronoun. Thank you. Grammar summary. 1. Relative pronoun which. Our shoes are of excellent quality. They sell for 20Q per pair. Our shoes, which sell for 20Q per pair, are of excellent quality. Can you see? This which is a relative pronoun and is replacing this they that is referring to our shoes. Brazilian leather is trying to increase its foreign sales. They're one of the biggest complaints in Brazil. Okay, do the opposite. Brazilian Leathers, which is one of the biggest companies in Brazil, is trying to increase its foreign sales. Can you see this which replacing what? Here. Here we go. He's won 20 miles. That's quite an accomplishment for a man his age. He's won 20 miles, which is quite an accomplishment for a man his age. Which replacing note. We use which to put two sentences together. The which clause gives more information about the main clause. We always use a comma before a which clause and either a comma or a period after it. Underline this note. 2. Relative pronouns whose. Whose shows possession. It can also be used to give more information. Mr. Smith's company closed because of complaints. He shot himself. Mr. Smith. whose company closed because of complaints, shot himself. There's the guy, his brother married Anne. There's the guy whose brother married Anne. Relative pronoun what? What can be used instead of an object, noun, or pronoun? They didn't believe anything that I said. They didn't believe what I said. Here. He said that the discounts they were offering were very low and that they were not acceptable. He said that what they were offering was very low and that it was not acceptable. Note, if what is also the subject of another verb, that verb must be singular. And remember that you are going to find the grammar notes here. Please paste it on your notebook.
One.
Okay, read the lesson number 7. Before listening to the audio, listen to the mini conversations and do the conversation practice if you want, and if you can, discuss the answers. Thanks. Exercises. What do you say in these situations? The meeting you arranged will not happen. I'm afraid it's been cancelled. Thank you. Develop your skills is the exercise in which you are going to apply the relative pronouns. My suggestion is that you should read the grammar summary another time. In exercise A, combine the sentences using which. Check and see please what I changed. Remember that with the relative pronouns, we are going to join two sentences in one. Do the same with the exercise B, combining the sentences using whose. Again, two sentences in one. In the exercise C, use the relative pronoun what. In the same way, two sentences in one. Thank you. Okay, first of all, read the letter. Don't forget these notes on the bottom of the page. And after that, answer the questions about the reading. Right here is the answer of the letter. Thank you. As a review, do the test yourself. Use what, which, who or whose. Be careful here in the following sentence. Thank you very much. Well, my dear students, thank you for another lesson. I feel so proud of all of you because deep down I feel that you are doing your best. Have a nice weekend and may God bless you and your family. Thanks.